installment loan now, and what we're going to have to pay back, and how much extra we're going to have to pay. So again, remember with the installment loans, you're always looking at, when I make my monthly payment at the beginning, not as much comes away from the principal because the, whatever we're talking about, bank, credit union, whatever, is going to get their money through taking out more of it from interest than at the end. Okay, so in F, Lillian signed a $2,500 6-month simple interest installment loan at 18% interest. The monthly payments were $438.81. Find the amount of interest, the amount applied to the principal, and the new balance for the first 2 monthly payments. Okay, so what the heck are we going to do? We're still going to come back and use this formula, right? All right, so what's my principal? 2,500. What's my rate? 18%. And what's my time? One what? 112, right? Because we want 1 month's worth of it. Okay? 1 month's worth of it. So if we throw this into our problem, we get what?
37.50.
37.50.
Why do we only want 1 month?
What's that?
Why do we only want 1 month?
Because I got to do it in 1 month intervals. So I'm going to do it for the entire 6 months. But I just have to do, I make a payment after each month.
Oh.
So now you just multiply it at the end?
No, because it's going to change, right? Because this, remember, we're going to apply this, and this is the amount of interest that we're taking from that payment that they gave us in the book, which was $438. But this amount will change every single time because my total is going to change. Does that make sense what I'm saying there? Okay? So, when we say this now, how much did we take away from our principal after the first month? What do we do?
438.81.
Okay, so we take $438 and what was it? 81 cents. And we're going to subtract the amount of interest, right? And so this amount is what? How much is applied to the principal? So these would be your answers for that first problem, or the first part of the problem, the first month. And then what do I do for the second month? What changes in the second part of the month? The principal, right? So when I do my calculation again for the second month, so this would be the first month. The second month, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but this amount right here changes. Because we made a payment of $401.31 basically on it. So I take 2,500 minus 401.31. Anybody do that? 2098.61. Huh?
6.9.
Okay. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing. So this is my new principal, but now I'm going to use 0.18 again, and I'm going to use 112. Okay? And so now the amount of interest should do what? It should go down. Why does it go down? Because my principal went down. And so when my interest goes down, what should go up? The amount that is affecting the principal. Right? So if I do this math, what do I get for my interest? 31.48. So look at the difference. Just in 1 month's time, the amount of interest went down roughly $6. So basically this should go up $6. So this number should be 407. I'm just ballparking here. Right? So again, then I would come back and I would take 438.81 minus the 31.48 to get my new amount. And then if we went to go on to the third month, we would take our 407.31 and minus it from the 2,098. So you're always going from the principal that you just calculated from. Don't go back to the beginning, like we did way back when. This is a continuous circuit. So eventually, after the 6 months, we should, if we would go through this whole process for 6 months, the last payment should get us down to 0, right? Okay? What was your question, Carol?
I'm confused why you didn't subtract or didn't add the interest.
Well, I'm paying this interest, but I'm paying this interest as a part of my $438 is my payment that I decided my plan's gonna have. So I'm paying the interest, but it's coming off of my total payment. So this $438 includes interest right away, but we're trying to figure out what affects or how much affects my principal. So essentially, I'm subtracting them both. It's just at the beginning, I already know what my total is. So then this number, every single time, if we would continuously do it, it should go down and go down and go down until it's close to 0, and then our principal is being affected by just about the entire $438. Okay? Make sense? So again, that was kind of me guesstimating what that answer would have actually been.
I mean, you were 2 cents off.
2 cents. So this was 29,
33.
33. So then we would, if we would go one further, we would take 2,098.69 minus 407.33, and we'd be ready to do the third month. And you could continuously do it until you got to the 6 months. Exactly right. So again, do you see where it's a little different from what Donald said at the beginning? We can't just do it and then multiply it by 6 at the end, because it's going to change a lot, right? And again, this is kind of a lot like your mortgage payments. And we'll get to mortgage payments here in a couple chapters. All right? So, make sense?
Where'd you get the 3750 from?
This process right here
And then why'd you minus that? Where'd you get the 381?
from the book. They tell me that this is my payment.
That's your pay, what he's paying?
That's what I'm going to pay per month to pay off this $2,500 loan.
Oh, okay.
I've come up, or the bank came up with this for me, in a sense. And so then, of that $438, in the first month, $37.50 of it is interest. So only $401 is affecting my principal to make it go down the next month. And then I do the same thing. So my interest always goes down, the amount that I pay for my principal goes up. And that's hopefully true all the time. And why that happens is because the bank's going to get their money. So basically the bank gets this, but they're always going to take the most that they possibly can at the beginning, and then at the end, they would take the least amount for interest.
I hate banks.
I know. They already took your money, you told me. Okay? Make sense? Okay? And then yesterday, remember we talked about finding what our installments were, or how many months it was, or what my payments were. So all that still carries on till today. Good to go?